So tell me, how do we move to amend?
Well, first let's say move to amend what? And that is the United States Constitution, which is, of course, a heavy lift. But it's something we have to do, Richard, because the United States Supreme Court has created out of whole cloth two fundamentally illegitimate, court-created, another word for judicial activism, by the way, but court-created legal doctrines that have stolen our sacred right to self-government. The first, the idea that corporations must be treated as if they are persons with constitutional rights. Now, that's not just a legal technicality, Richard. If a corporation has constitutional rights, it means corporate lawyers can go into court and overturn environmental protection laws, worker safety laws, public health laws, and campaign finance laws, as they did in the Citizens United case, on the idea that such a democratically enacted law violates a corporation's constitutional rights. The second illegitimate, also court-created idea is the idea that because, quote, money equals speech, end quote, and that spending of money is speech in the political process, that the courts have overturned campaign finance laws. This doctrine began in 1976 in the Buckley versus Vallejo decision. And, Richard, in 1975, before that decision, it was a felony in most states to use corporate money to even influence an election process. And look how low we've sunk. So these two court doctrines, again, not an individual law, not even an individual case, but core doctrines have stolen our sacred right to self-government. These unelected and unaccountable corporate CEOs using the corporate form are basically making fundamental public policy decisions of all our lives. And all we have to do is look to the emergency manager or so-called emergency manager.
Oh, David, don't get me started. I got on this emergency manager stuff last week about what's taking place in Michigan. Don't get me started. You're going to get my blood boiling.
And it should boil. And I hate to do this to you, and don't tell your doctor on me, Richard, but your blood and my blood and your listeners' blood should be boiling, because this is what fascism looks like when elected officials do not even have the authority to make legislative decisions because concentrated capital and their stooges are actually stripping away our power. The point I'm making is that we need a broad and deep social movement and a concrete campaign. And this is the thing. A movement alone won't get it done. A political party alone won't get it done. What we have to do is merge those two together so we have a social movement that is integrated into a concrete campaign that will actually be sufficiently systemic. And I submit to you, Richard, that's what the Move to Amend coalition represents.
I love that. I love that.
Campaign.
I love that, David, because I think you're 100% right. If we want to see real and true social change in this country, whether it's on Move to Amend or any other issue, it has to be tied social. It has to be a social movement that has political implications. I think sometimes we think about political movement that have social implications, but we really got to turn, we got to flip that Gucci over. I really believe that.
Well, thank you, and I'm really proud to be part of the Move to Amend coalition, where we're actually saying we're building independent political processes that are not going to go to either the existing establishment parties to ask them to negotiate with us or even negotiate for us. We're actually building an independent political force that simply instructs the electoral process how they have to behave. That's what they're doing in the global south, specifically in Latin America. It's what happened in Iceland. And you see the difference in taking that orientation. And I want to underscore, Richard, if any of your listeners are turned on by what they're hearing, go to the website, www.movetoamend.org. Learn more, and more importantly, sign up so we can be in touch with you.